So I developed an application for enabling innovation, which is a project that's being undertaken by the European Union in conjunction with Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire, in order to collect SMEs and help them develop their business with all the supports that the universities on these counties have. So what was asked to do was a simple application to showcase all the information that's on the website and on the leaflets, which is so far the only way that this is being showcased, which is handing a little leaflet to whoever approaches a stand on a showcase event. And they didn't think it was a very useful and very attractive way to showcase what they have and what they offer. So the aim of the application is, in a simple way and compact and straightforward, to show everything that they have, and at the end of the showcase possibly getting in contact of whoever the presentation was given to and have their phone number and email number in order to schedule another meeting to go forward. So moving on to the application, starting straight away with the guidelines, following the interface and design guidelines, the background that was chosen was a light background with dark fonts, as it is possible to see, which according to these guidelines is easier to read and to perceive and less strenuous on the eyes, as if it would be a darker background with light fonts. That was tested as well, and as we can see, that was the method, and on the testing all documentation is shown regarding that. If we move on to the application and what it does exactly, this is the home page, and on the top we have a view pager which has 3 images as slides. So the background stays the same, so the information stays the same, although the only thing that is dynamic is the view pager, which changes between these 3. And in terms of user interface and user experience, if by mistake they went another swipe to the right or at the end another swipe to the left, nothing would happen, the application wouldn't crash, as the view pager has 2 constraints, and it doesn't go forwards or backwards if it goes above those 3 images. So on the front page, on the home page, we have a bit of information about what enabling innovation is, so everyone can just have a quick read through and know what it is about. So if we move on to what exactly the application does, the view pager has a link, so if it is clicked, it takes to the correct activity, the correct screen that it is supposed to, that it says. So about takes us to the about. If we go back, services takes us to the services that enabling innovation provides, and the hubs shows a quick overview of the hubs that there are. So something that you can see is if we click about, we go back, use the back button, it takes us to the image that we were about. If we use services, we click back, it'll take us to the services. So it's a bit of a user interface and user experience. So if you are going through the images that are on the view pager, you don't have to continuously swipe right to go to the next one if it takes us to the home page, but in this case, if you click and go back, it'll take you to the last image that you were in, so to ease access to you. So if you start from the beginning, as I told you, so the first one we have is home, which is where we are at the moment, and we can go to the about one either using a navigation drawer or the view pager. Navigation drawer was the preferred method for this application after several testings and usage, as it is easy to access instead of having different elements and content on every page and going and using the back button or clicking on links and hyperlinks to redirect them between activities and screens. So if you go to the about, we have a really quick overview of what the project entails and what it is about, because this is just a showcase, just to give a quick overview to the person who is there at the stand. Because if they want a bit more in-depth information, this will be given by the presenter, by the showcaser, so they will know
more in-depth information from them, not from the application. The application's only purpose is to showcase and give a quick overview of what everything entails. Another thing during testing is add a little images that relate to the content, so it wouldn't be as boring, which were the words chosen by the testers when reading and going through the information. So if we go to services, these will show the services that Enabling Innovation, more specifically Nottingham Trent University, provides. Here, there's only the Computer Science Innovation services, which by Daniel Symes is the one that the university is more interested in. So this was the only showcased service, although for a full stack application, if we want everything, in the future we would have a view pager which would slide through the different services that the project, in this case the Nottingham Trent University, has to offer. So now we move into the hubs. We have kind of a grid view in which we have 4 hubs, and just a quick overview of what every hub does and offers as resources. So we have a technology hub, the design innovation, the leadership and enterprise, which by reading the logs and looking at the logos, anyone can see and perceive what it is and what they do. So this works in a bit way as the about, and if they want more information they will click on the links and it redirects them to the web page in question. So at the end of the day, preferably we want a form, and it has a first name, last name, business, email, phone number, interest, and comments if they want to leave any. So this is to collect information about the person, about the SME that we want. So if by mistake they press send, there's a little message that says all fields are mandatory. So all fields are mandatory, so they would need to put information. So if we put the name, it says all fields are mandatory, so we need to fill all the fields. So if we look at our current forms, we have only 4 responses. So if I put all the information, we have first name Eduardo, last name Bastos, business is test, email, we just use a testing email.com, phone number, my interest, and any comments. So in case you didn't notice, we have uppercase is the default when you type, so to easy access in terms of accessibility. Phone number is what appears, is only the keypad, and the email, the @ symbol, is the first one that shows. So if you press send, there's a thank you message, and as we can see we have 5 responses now, so it updates. So basically what I used was an HTTP request to send to the Google Forms, which is a nice and simple way to have all the information in one place instead of sending to an email or sending to a server. This is an easy way to access and use, easy way to manipulate and use. So let's say we have all the fields filled, and I just disabled the internet connection and we filled everything. Let's just fill with random information. I need to type a valid email, because if you put, I need to type a valid email. As you can see, I will type an invalid email. It says that please enter a valid email. So I enter a valid email, and if I don't have internet connection, it will give me, it will give me a message saying that it cannot send the information. There was some error in sending information, please try again. So they will know if they press send, it won't work. There is some problem regarding the internet connection or the form. So this is my application. I hope you liked. Thank you very much.